Here's how else NCIS can return its controversial character, but I still think it's a very weird idea. And I'm sure Caitlin Todd's fans will agree. Throughout its impressive TV run of more than 2 decades, NCIS surely saw lots of its characters come and go, sometimes even in very weird ways. Some of those who eventually left the show for good would be welcomed back with a raving reaction from numerous fans, though the same can't be said about several characters whose departure was pretty much awaited by the audience. Ironically, all that NCIS fans are talking about right now is the return of one of the show's biggest villains, though it's pretty clear to me and everyone else that his potential comeback would be a difficult thing to handle and, more importantly, a somewhat undesired appearance. NCIS may have featured quite many villains that every so often tried to thwart NCIS special agents' plans, but Ari Haswari is probably one of the most hated. The character was introduced to the show back in Season 1, whereas Season 2 sees him shooting Caitlin Todd in the head while she was carrying out a mission alongside Tony DiNaso and Larry Jethro Gibbs. Caitlin's death came as a whole new reason for her fans to hate Ari Haswari even more, but revenge didn't take long as his half-sister and then Caitlin's replacement in the NCRT, Ziva David, came along and tracked Haswari down, killing him in Season 3, Episode 2 titled Kill Ari Part 2. It's been years since Ziva David carried out a revenge mission in Caitlin Todd's memory, but it seems she'd like to have the beloved character's shooter back to the screen. The NCIS podcast Off Duty, an NCIS rewatch, hosted by Tony DiNaso and Ziva David actors Michael Weatherly and Cote de Pablo, recently had Ari Haswari's actor Rudolph Martin as its guest star. The actress idea might sound exciting for those who have been missing original characters in NCIS latest seasons, but definitely not for those who have always been fond of Kate Todd's character. I wouldn't be lying if I said that many fans might even consider Ari Haswari's return, even in ghost form, as some kind of insult to the deceased character he'd shot dead. Yet there's another option for Rudolph Martin to come back to the show, which is him adopting a completely new cameo role, though I still reckon that his brief appearance sometime in the next NCIS seasons might be more of a trigger rather than an exciting and fresh return. I am more baffled about NCIS Hawaii's cancellation after CBS' new procedural show revival. SUMMARY. CBS faces backlash for canceling NCIS Hawaii, despite its growing fan base and good viewership numbers. After the backlash, CBS defends canceling NCIS Hawaii, citing cost management and a revamped lineup. Despite their reasoning for NCIS Hawaii's cancellation, CBS is once again trying to get the Einstein Revival remake off the ground after it failed the first 2 times. NCIS Hawaii's cancellation already caused a major backlash against CBS, but now I'm more confused about their decision to pull the plug on the series after learning about their new in-development series. Once the flagship series was established, the network found ways to expand the NCIS franchise by launching several spin-offs. Many of them became successful and, most importantly, built a solid fan base. NCIS Hawaii was the youngest stateside local offshoot, only debuting in 2021. But in 3 years, which includes a shortened final season, even I recognize that it has a loyal and committed following. I must admit, I'm late boarding the NCIS Hawaii train. I have only started watching the spinoff after hearing great things about the offshoot. Despite this, I have been closely following the uproar that CBS has gotten since NCIS Hawaii was canceled. For context, the network also pulled the plug on So Help Me Todd and CSI Las Vegas. But while I'm sure that there's also a backlash against them, nothing comes close to the criticism they have gotten for ending the NCIS spinoff. Based on what I have seen thus far from NCIS Hawaii, I understand the sentiment about its unceremonious ending. Jane Tennant is a brilliant leader. Beyond that, its ensemble is diverse, making for better representation and fresh storylines that couldn't be done by other procedurals that don't have the same cast makeup. However, CBS Entertainment President Amy Reisenbach has defended NCIS Hawaii's cancellation, predicting that their revamped lineup has a bigger chance of succeeding. Beyond that, other reports include a cost management drive and the need for stability in light of the uncertainty of Paramount Global, which is being sold. If CBS is really looking at growing amid a particularly tumultuous time in the company, then how is greenlighting a procedural that has failed twice to get a series order a better business decision than keeping an already established and growing show like NCIS Hawaii? The network is trying to get the Einstein Revival remake off the ground for the third time. I'm sure it has its appeal, but it's an odd time to keep investing in something that has been stuck in development limbo for a while, considering what's happening business-wise to CBS and its larger company. Continuing NCIS Hawaii would have been a better business move for CBS. NCIS Hawaii Season 3 had solid viewership. I understand that filming on the island is expensive, but at the very least, CBS is already guaranteed returns, considering NCIS Hawaii's success. Reisenbach revealed that they looked at the numbers, which informed their decision. That said, viewership data revealed that NCIS Hawaii ranked as the 16th overall most-watched series during the 2023 to 2024 season, a big improvement from its previous year. Moreso, its series final ranked at number 11 in terms of the largest 7-day lift for primetime endings airing on the key broadcast networks. That's a solid indication that it is trending upwards. Considering its growth, why clip its wings before it can even reach its full potential? Upon its cancellation, NCIS Hawaii became the shortest-running show in the famed police procedural franchise. Unless there was something else at play, it doesn't seem like the network was in such a dire position that it had no choice but to unceremoniously end the Lachi-led project. From an outsider's perspective, I don't think that CBS can chalk NCIS Hawaii's cancellation up to cost-cutting while also devoting resources just to launch an untested show such as Einstein. Can CBS walk back on its cancellation of NCIS Hawaii? Fans are calling for NCIS Hawaii to return, and I can't blame them. There is no shortage of online movement trying to petition for NCIS Hawaii to come back. Public petitions have become popular, and occasionally they succeed. It's also worth noting that CBS has a history of walking back on its initial show verdict, as seen with the backtracking of its original decision to pull the plug on SWAT. Of course, there's no guarantee that NCIS Hawaii will be subjected to the same break, but it increases its chances of being uncancelled. Assuming that CBS is somehow convinced that NCIS Hawaii is worth at least another season, the next challenge is deciding when it can come back. The network has already decided on its fall 2024 to 2025 TV schedule, and its spin-off's old slot is being taken over by Mark Harmon and Austin Stowell's NCIS Origins, which tackles Larry Jeffro Gibbs' early days in the agency. I'd rather wait longer for a mid-season comeback for NCIS Hawaii Season 4 than not have any more of it and leave the Season 3 final cliffhanger unresolved.